everyone, Adam here, and this is Horror Down Under, and today's movie is the 2012 100 Bloody Acres. And this stars Damon Herriman, Angus Sampson, Annie McGahan, I think it is, and Oliver Ackland. And John Jarratt. It was directed by Cameron and Colin Carnes. And this tells the story of Reg and Lindsay, who run an blood and bone fertiliser business. Lately, their business has been booming due to a secret ingredient, and if you know horror films, you know exactly what that secret ingredient is. But they do have standards. They only use people who are already dead, who have died in like a car accident, or that type of thing. So when Reg, the younger brother played by Damon Herriman, finds a car accident, he takes the deceased man's body and puts it in the back of the truck. So when Reg comes across three young people, a girl and two guys whose car is broken down, he decides to give them a lift, mainly because he's attracted to the young lady. So Sophie, the young lady, sits up in the cabin with the two guys in the back of the truck. Due to carelessness, the two guys find the body in the back. Realising the two men have discovered the body in the back, he drives them to the 100 acres where they do all their processing for their fertiliser. But when Reg takes them back to the their plant, we'll just call it, Lindsay, the brother, is not too happy about it because they only grind dead people. So they have no choice but to take the three people hostage and tie them up. So Reg and Lindsay take the dead body from out of the truck and string it up, ready to put it through the grinder. When just as it's going in, well, they realise he's not dead. So before it's too late, he's grinded into the grinder. And when Lindsay does a test on the blood, he realises there's more potassium when they're alive, which makes it better for their fertiliser. So Lindsay has the idea that it's better for business to keep them alive when they're going into the grinder. So the three young guys have to figure out a way to get out of this. But Reg doesn't want a part of this. But because he's kind of scared of his big brother, and he is kind of creepy, and that's one thing Angus Sampson is good at. He can play creepy pretty well. But he's also very good at comedy, which kind of fits this film. And of course, he doesn't want to kill the girl either, because he's actually in love with her, which this movie has probably one of the weirdest love triangles in a horror film ever. So this causes a conflict between the two brothers. The younger brother, Reg, actually wants to let them go, but Lindsay, well, basically wants to turn them into fertiliser. Yeah, so I do find this to be a bit of a fun movie. Although one character makes some stupid decisions, but you can forgive that because the character is an idiot. So yeah, this is a bit of fun. It's not great, but it's enjoyable. But there is some pretty decent gore effects. Some pretty good acting. Damon Herriman, who plays Reg, plays the character pretty naively and in some ways kind of likeable, even though what he's a part of isn't really very nice. And he's also playing Charles Manson in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, in Quentin Tarantino's upcoming film. So that should be interesting. And Angus Sampson, he's always pretty good. Most people from outside of Australia would know him from Insidious. He plays Tucker. Yeah, so I think it mixes horror and comedy pretty well. It's a very hard thing to get right. There's some pretty funny lines.
Psycho! We're not psychos, all right? We're small business operators.
So let us know what you thought of 100 Bloody Acres if you have seen it. Do you like it? Did you dislike it? Okay, that's going to wrap it up for Horror Down Under. I'm Adam. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll... Wait, they're mine. You said you could have those, little diva. Okay, I'm Adam, and I'll see you again soon.